What is going on? So today I am on Keene State College campus. I'm going to be going over what a cost of living is in Keene, New Hampshire. So if you're looking to move towards the area, maybe live in Cheshire County, kind of feel what you're expecting for payments and all that stuff. I'm going to be going over that, kind of the housing numbers, all that. And it's kind of hard because New Hampshire is such a small state for some of these stats. So some of it's just statewide statistics, others more centrally located in Keene. And my name is Shane Moynihan. I'm a real estate agent and investor based out of Keene, New Hampshire. And if you're looking at someone that's buying, selling, or investing around the area, feel free to reach out to me. My contact info is kind of everywhere, so I'll be sure to link it in the description. But let's dive right into the numbers. So over the last 12 months, the median sales price in Keene for single family houses have been right around 280,000. And if you take into the average number, it's more around the 298, which is actually pretty affordable for New Hampshire. I think statewide we're looking at more like 420,000. So if you're over on this side of the state, you're kind of more secluded in the corner. You get a little bit cheaper on that for actual buying a house, which is nice. And then if you're looking at renting, for one bedroom, it's anywhere from about 13 to 15. Two bedrooms, anywhere from about 15 to 1,700. And if you're lucky enough to find a 3-bedroom and need a 3-bedroom, you're probably looking at 17 plus. And the reason I kind of give the variances with the $200 is because it just depends if like you're having utilities included or if you have to pay utilities. And another thing with, for some reason around Keene, is landlords don't like to update their units. So if you're renting from an old landlord that has had the building forever, chances are it's not updated. So you're probably going to be getting a cheaper rent because it seems like they just care about collecting that rent than updating a unit and demanding more rent for it. But hey, I guess it works out if you're okay living in a cheaper unit. So now for the taxes. So the tax rate for property is $31.06 per thousand. So I did the average at that 280,000 sales price, and you're looking at about $8,600 a year for property taxes, which you're probably thinking that seems pretty high, and it is. But it's because you live in New Hampshire where you don't have state sales or state income tax, so they whack you really hard on the property taxes. But kind of is what it is. And in Keene, it is a little bit higher than the surrounding towns of Cheshire County, so that's something to keep in mind. And one other thing I want to point out is the $31.06 is actually the lowest it's been for over a decade, which is kind of astonishing in my eyes, but at least it's going down, so that's nice. And like I said, around that $300,000 mark, you're probably looking around $8,000 to $9,000 a year for property taxes, which can kind of suck, but again, no state sales or income tax. So for groceries, we're looking at about $365 per person for the state of New Hampshire. Again, this was a state number because it's just hard to find it for the individual cities, especially since the whole population in New Hampshire is like 1.3 million, I think. So it's hard to find these individual stats, but if you're looking at family of 4 per week, you're probably around $300 to $400. Again, this is just a variable. It's hard. I don't know if you eat organic. I don't know where you shop. I don't know what you eat or how much you eat, but the average per month is around $365, $370 per person. And that is about what I spend as a single person here in New Hampshire. Now for public water and sewer, most of Keene is on public water and sewer, which is nice because you don't have to worry about having a leach field, having a septic fail on you, or having a well go dry. Now, I do like having like wells. I personally like drinking well water rather than public water, but that's just me. If you go towards the outskirts of Keene, you will start seeing some properties that have more land that are on their own systems, which can have its upsides and downsides. Again, you're not getting billed for it. You get to empty your tank when you want, all that. So there is some upsides and some downsides to that. But for the majority of like utilities in Keene, again, this was a statewide number, but it's about $400 a month, give or take. Again, this takes into so many variables. It depends if you actually own your house or if you're renting, what's included in your rent, all that really matters. But on average, you can kind of take into $400 a month for utilities. Again, most of the chance you'll be on public water and public sewer. Sometimes if you're on the outskirts, you'll be on the private stuff. And it kind of goes like that for all the smaller towns in Cheshire County. If you're kind of towards the centrally located in the town, you can be on the public. If you're outside, you'll probably be more on private. So overall, I can't really give you a perfect breakdown of what you're expecting per month to live in New Hampshire. But with all the stuff I've given you, hopefully you can kind of take what applies to your situation, kind of give yourself at least an idea of a number that you're going to be hitting and kind of seeing where that is. Just because I don't know if you're a solo person. I don't know if you're a family of 4, a family of 8. So much stuff goes into that. I don't know if you're buying, I don't know if you're renting, but just kind of the basis of this stuff, you at least now know like the expenses of New Hampshire. And I think for national average, we're about 106, where the national average is actually at 100. So we're a little bit pricier than most places, but not really. The only places that are below 100 are really like southern states and Midwest, where you're in the middle of the country. And I don't know, I've never really lived out there, so I can't speak on it, but it doesn't look like there's a ton out there. So out here, yeah, you get kind of hit hard with property taxes, but it's also pretty nice out here, and you don't get your state sales or state income tax, which saves you a lot of money on that end. But I hope this video has brought you some value. If it is, hit that like and subscribe button. I do come out with weekly videos about real estate in New Hampshire. And again, my name is Moynihan. I'm a real estate agent and investor based out of Keene, New Hampshire. If you are looking to buy, sell, or invest, feel free to hit me up. Or even if you just have some questions about New Hampshire that I went over in this video, I'd be more than happy to help. My contact info is kind of everywhere. But with that being said, until next time.